Oh, actually, I'll share it as well.
So, good evening, everybody, and a very warm welcome to this impromptu evening. Little get-together with two of my favourite people, the lovely Siobhan. Good evening, my darling.
Evening, Laurie.
And, of course, a wonderful man who needs no introduction, so I won't bother.
Hello.
Hello. How good. We're just having a get-together because some of you may be aware there is a one-day development workshop coming up here at Poole on Saturday, the 6th of July. And that's running from 10 o'clock till 5 o'clock. Now, this is slightly different because, Craig, you've been here and taken our workshops before, so people know and have experienced your work. But this time, working in duality. So, Siobhan, could you say what you're going to be bringing to the workshop, please?
Wow, what will I be bringing? Well, funny enough, I was just talking about that before we went live.
Sorry, I cut you short.
No, it's probably good because then I can say it to anybody that's joining us in the live feed. But quite often in mediumship over the years, when people are trying to develop themselves, and I found this when I was trying to develop myself, that there can be like blockages in your belief systems, so that you've learned from a young age, maybe you were the only one in the house that heard voices or saw things, and you were told so many times by your family members that it's a load of old tosh that you're not seeing, not hearing, not experiencing stuff, that you actually lose faith in yourself and you lose belief in all the signs and all the messages and everything that you're getting. And through my experience in hypnotherapy, my first experience was it opened my third eye, and I was just amazed at what I could experience. But I've noticed that the more people release those blockages, release those old familial belief systems, the more open they are to receiving the gifts and receiving the word from the spirit. So that's what I want to bring to the session, you know, to spend a bit of time at the beginning and just after lunch to allow anybody that joins us to let go of those old blockages, to allow the energy to flow through, you know, more positively and more lightly. So, and then obviously handing over to Craig, who's going to then further develop that. And people have that belief that what they're seeing and what they're hearing is what they're seeing and what they're hearing, and they're not constantly self-doubting it and checking it out, and is it, and am I good enough, and is someone doing it better? You know, it would be so powerful to release so many people from those blockages and spread the word around.
That is really good, because we carry a lot of things that we've heard and said, and we've made it our reality.
Yeah.
I was once told, if you didn't want a message from the medium, cross your legs. Well, now I'm really self-conscious if I'm sat in a church.
It just don't cross my legs when you said that. That's funny. Good, perfect timing.
Yeah. So yeah, that is really, and this is wonderful, because we're slightly shifting how we're working with the spirit world and how we're teaching with the spirit world, especially here at Poole. Because, you know, just the basic mechanics of mediumship in some situations, absolutely great. But we are looking for that something extra now, not for the value, you know, not to bolster it up. But yeah, it's like learning to drive a car and then learning to drive a bus. You know, you can be a good car driver, a good bus driver, but if you're a bus driver, you've got to learn how to handle the passengers, which is a totally other skill. So.
Yeah. And I haven't learned to do either of those things. No, I don't want to do the car. No. Thanks very much. The bus will do me, and the driver can take over responsibility.
Brilliant. Craig, sir, and what will you be bringing? Need I ask?
I'm just going to sit there and let Siobhan do it all, to be honest.
Yeah, good idea.
You talked me into this.
So of course we'll be looking at the mediumship aspect, and you know, I mean, I say it now, but it's open to all levels. You know, whether or not you're just in the early stages of your development, or if you're more advanced. I think this will benefit everybody, to be honest. And when we had this idea last year, we were sat in a well-known pub chain in Torquay, and the idea just thought it was like a light bulb moment. And I just, for me, because I've had sessions with Siobhan before, you know, hypnotherapy sessions before, and I've openly talked about it, and I loved it, and it was there that you know, I sort of realised that it has so many different areas that you can look at. You know, it doesn't even have to be mediumship. But for me, the reason why I think it would be, it's a great idea to maybe introduce and bring it in, is that you know, it's almost like a form of meditation, perhaps, is maybe one way to describe it, you know. But of course, the more you do it, the more in depth that you can go, and the deeper you go with it, and you know, you become aware of more things. And I think, and Laurie, you know this from, you know, being on the platform, that many times as we're working as mediums, you know, we go into our own mind so many times, and that's where Siobhan comes in, about talking about that blockage, and almost like, actually, let's take away that thinking process, because, you know, I'm in the company, in the presence of the spirit world, so I know that what I am seeing here is that. And I also think that the sessions with Siobhan will help certainly strengthen the confidence, because, again, Laurie, you've run numerous workshops. You'll know this. Siobhan, you've been a part of workshops. You'll know this. That when the tutor's at the front and says, right, what does everybody want to gain from today? One of the things that you can guarantee that's going to pop in is confidence. That's one thing you can guarantee. And I think that by having this opportunity to have somebody with Siobhan's abilities and knowledge as part of a workshop, I think it will only enhance that confidence and that link with the spirit world. To be fair. So that's the way I'm looking at this, and I'm approaching it. So it's even though it's what I do, I'm approaching it in a different way. And I'm excited for it as well. I'm excited.
Yeah, and I think that time is here now, that we need to look at the other routes, the other things that affect. And confidence is such a big thing. In my development circle, we've got a young girl who, spirit was quite interested in her, and she did what we've all done this. You know, I've got your brother, friend, man down the road, next door neighbour, man you saw on the telly.
Yeah, absolutely.
The first word was right. It was a cousin.
Yeah.
But we do it, don't we? Because we only go, oh no, husband, brother, friend.
Yeah. I've always tried to negate that by saying to whoever's talking to me, who are you? Where am I going? Don't make me look like a prat today.
Yeah.
But I don't have to do that now in the practice, so I don't work the way Craig does anymore. Yeah. What I do is I do a little chat with spirit before I start my sessions, and I ask if there's anybody who belongs to the person that's coming into my room, if they feel that they can add to the session by helping them to say something they needed to say, or to say goodbye, or to get some advice, or to get some guidance, that when it gets to the moment that they're asked to come in, that they're welcome, that it's a safe space and they can come in and talk. Yeah. And I don't have the challenge of trying to explain who they are and what they look like and what they mean and what they're trying to say, because they're doing it direct. Yeah. They're literally taking that space in that person's mind. I know when they're there because I can feel that they're there, but I don't go into the energy like you do when you're doing mediumship, don't you? You enter into that energy and you ask the questions and you find out what's going on. And I deliberately stand back and say, this isn't my place to know who you are. Yeah. This is your space to do and say whatever you need to do and say. And then when they're done, they let me know that they're done. And that would be the same in the session on the 6th of July. It would be a very personal experience to every single person that chose to join us, that they wouldn't be speaking out loud, that they wouldn't be telling us what's going on. It's nothing to do with anyone but themselves. Mm-hmm. And that's what I would want somebody who's watching this to be aware of. And anyone who's worried, am I going to say something? Am I going to do something? Are you going to pull me up on stage? No, it's a personal experience for you to take what you need from it in a really private way.
I think the other thing as well, again, because the approach I take from this is, of course, the mediumship side. And I think, when you're having the visualizations, when you're sat going through the process, and the session with Siobhan, lots of mediums tend to say that they sense more or feel more, which is great. So this may be another way and another avenue for those that want to or set the intention of, I'd love to be able to see more. Then this could be one of those intentions, because that's the other thing to think about as well, is that when we work, regardless of what we do, we always have intentions. We have intentions, Laurie, when we're on the platform or when we're doing a demonstration. Siobhan, your intention is to help the person, the individual that's walking into your room, whatever the reason that may be. And you're creating that safe space, not just in the physical sense, but in the mental sense as well. You're giving them that safe place, and that's what our intention is. As between the three of us on that day. For me, we're creating that together. Laurie's creating the space for us, and then we're working with the students to create the exercises and that experience as well. So for me, it's certainly about the intention of. To be honest, one day isn't enough, really. We could do this probably. We could probably do anywhere between 3 and 5 days of exercises to really, really enhance this. Because again, when we talk about meditation, you can't just do 1 or 2, sittings of meditation and expect it to be, it's going to be as clear as crystal. It's going to be absolutely fine. It's got to be consistent, and I think this is also something like that has to be consistent as well. So yeah. But I'm excited.
It is very exciting. You just said something there, Craig, unknowingly, and it's wonderful, because I am looking more to bring in courses here at Poole, because I think, like you say, one-day courses are fine, they have a place, but we need to build upon that. That's just my feeling.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God for that. So,
spread more love.
Definitely. So we have this one-day workshop that's lined up for Saturday week, Saturday the 6th of July, and that's running from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So the cost associated with that is £50, and that includes full tutorage during the day, refreshments throughout the day, and a light luncheon being served. Now, we all live in a real world here. Craig has got to drive down from sunny Yorkshire. Siobhan has got to get the train up from, I'm going to say Devon, or you're going to say Cornwall.
Yeah, never.
Yay, Devon. There we go.
Yay.
And accommodation. So we do need a minimum number. So we are putting on this course a deadline of the Sunday. Did we agree? Yep.
Sunday
evening. So if we've got enough candidates to go forward with this, happy days. If not, absolutely fine. It's not meant to be at this time. Perhaps we can look at an extended course in 2025. Who knows?
Absolutely. I think, people
say,
say again, Siobhan, sorry.
Oh, it all went very quiet then. I didn't hear what Laurie said.
Yeah, no, to be fair, I was just going to echo it about doing an extended course on it, which I think is would be brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Things happen for a reason, they don't happen for a reason, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
But for those that have already signed up, I would like to think at some point, even if it's not when we've planned, but even if at some point, I would like to think and hope that this will happen, because I think it's an exciting opportunity. It's different, and I think in a world of doing what we do, I think different is good. We don't be afraid to be different. Why bring it back? Let's be different. Let's stand out. And I think perhaps it's one of those things that once people have had a little dabble in it, and they've had a game. They're like, yeah, I want that now. I want like mediumship is like a drug. When you've been a part of it, you try and pull away, or you think, nah. Somehow they get you, and they come back for you. So I'm excited. If people do want to book Laurie, what's the best way for them to do it?
Best way, you can either book via Eventbrite. You can find the post on the church page and on my page. I'll repost that again. There'll be pinned comments at the top.
It's on my website as well, so people can book via my website.
Brilliant. And you can do that by phone, or anybody local, you can do that in person. As I say, because of the logistics of the weekend, we do need a minimum number. And if they're there, happy days. If they're not, it's not a problem. It's not obviously meant to be. Now, come on, we're being very honest with you people.
And to be honest, if anybody's concerned about the hypnotherapy guided meditation side of things, I'm quite happy to chat to anybody beforehand if they're like, oh, I'm a bit concerned if this, that, and the other. Just chat me through emerging hypnotherapy, and I'll allay any of your fears or worries that you might have, and we can have a chat on the phone beforehand. So I'm quite open to that, and I'm planning on coming on the Friday. So if anybody wanted to meet up beforehand who was a little bit nervous about coming on their own, I'm coming on my own. So if you want to sort of meet up for a drink or something on a Friday evening to sort of catch up and chat, I'm happy to do that too, but just let me know through chat.
Okay, as long as you're not going to make me run around like a chicken or something, that'd be absolutely.
No, I never do any of that. I do love to say to anyone who's a bit nervous, do you like KFC?
Love it.
Because you're getting a whole lot of chicken.
But yes, I'm looking forward to it. So those of you that are coming along, all being well, we'll be seeing you a week on Saturday. And as Siobhan says, if there's any questions, feel free to fire them at us. But Laurie, it has been fabulous as always to chat to you. Thank you for setting this up.
And you, sir.
I look forward to seeing you next weekend.
Look forward to it. Nice to see you, Siobhan. We'll catch up beforehand anyway, so we'll have a chat. But Laurie, have a great evening. I know you've got a busy one, so we're going to let you dash off because you've got a busy night.
Yeah. Thanks, Laurie. Thanks for hosting us.
Yes,
pleasure.
Looking forward to it.
Enjoy the weather. Enjoy.
Yeah, it's a lot for me.
No, I love it. Never say that.
All right.
See, that's an old.
Always.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.